worth a visit with a little bit of a sail to finish off the day. And welcome back to the Sydney International Regatta Centre. We're located on the outskirts of Sydney at the foot of the magnificent Blue Mountains, and we have the schoolgirls Coxed coming up very shortly. In lane 1, it will be Pymble Ladies. In lane 2, Methodist Ladies College. Lane 3, Geelong Grammar. In 4, Loreto Toorak. In 5, Geelong Grammar. In lane 6, St Catherine's. Lane 7, Loreto Normanhurst. And in lane 8, Canberra Girls Grammar. And Canberra Girls Grammar making the final for the first time ever. What a great achievement that is for David Wynne-Jones and the crew in Canberra.
Fantastic result for the girls, and we saw some emotional parents and rowers around the boat park yesterday. It means a lot to them to be here, a part of this class field, but it's going to be all about lane 5, Geelong Grammar. These girls, absolutely incredible season. They won their head of the river down in Victoria by almost 30 seconds. One of the greatest schoolgirl 8s to arguably who have ever hit the water. So it will be very interesting to see how they stack up against the head of the river champions from New South Wales, Loreto Normanhurst.
The main rivalry for Geelong Grammar could come from the second crew, as we saw yesterday.
That's right. In their semi-final yesterday, we saw Geelong Grammar 1 and 2, which is unbelievable to have that much depth and talent at the one school in the same year. So it could very well go a 1-2 to Geelong Grammar.
So at lane 5 to watch out for, that's the Geelong Grammar number 1 combination. And we can see the crews just settling down there. India Roth, the Cox of Geelong Grammar. Alongside her, Xenia Brooks, who's the stroke. And they've done a very good job at Geelong Grammar with these women's sweep crews just dominating here. Geelong Grammar also have their 2 combination in this race in lane 3, and they're away.
Yeah, clean start there from all crews. For me, looked a little bit rushed in that Geelong boat in the middle of the course. The stroke girl just throwing up a little bit of water, maybe a little bit nervous for the first few strokes, but I'd expect them to have a very strong early start to their race in the second 500.
So the second Geelong crew, we can see there just on the far side of the course in lane 3, going along nicely here, and we can see the number 1 Geelong crew just in the middle of the course. So it is Geelong 1 and 2 at the moment. Also off to a flying start there, St Catherine's. We can see them just in the foreground there, but it is Geelong 1 and 2 at the moment in lanes 3 and 5. And just in the middle, Loreto Toorak. Far side of the course, it's the Methodist Ladies College. In lane 1, Pymble Ladies. And on this side of the course, it is Canberra Girls Grammar, Loreto Normanhurst and St Catherine's. But out in front at the moment, the 2 crews from Geelong Grammar, and it's Geelong Grammar number 2 currently leading Geelong Grammar number 1. And we can just see there just a little bit of a surge there from Geelong Grammar's number 1 combination in lane 5, and in the space of a couple of seconds they've overtaken Geelong number 2 and also the crew just on the inside of the course there, Loreto Toorak. So it's Geelong Grammar at the moment well out in front in the early stage of this race after initially going stroke for stroke with their second combination in lane 3.
And it was a bit of a scratchy start as we saw from that Geelong number 1 crew, but they're looking very calm, very rhythmical now. They're big, strong girls in this boat. I've had many comments throughout the week saying, wow, those girls just look so athletic, they're so strong, and we can see why they're dominating now. That power that they have, the time, they look very comfortable, very relaxed, nice long strokes, their blade work together, postures of the girls nice and tall. I mean, it really is one of the best schoolgirl boats that I think I've ever seen.
So that's Geelong Grammar out in front in lane 5 in second place. Loreto Toorak, as they went through 500 metres, the margin was 1.94 and extending it now to 2 seconds. And so Geelong Grammar from Loreto Toorak. Geelong Grammar's number 2 combination, by the looks of it, will have to be overtaken. The Methodist Ladies College, just on the inside of the course there, providing a little bit of a challenge. And Geelong Grammar at the moment, with their number 1 combination, now leading by 3/4 of a boat length. This is a very good race, and you can just see the power in this crew. And I mentioned a moment ago some of the personnel in this combination, with Xenia Brooks, India Roth and Sarah Cully there in the 2 seat, Isabelle Cameron, Madison Brown, Kirsty Green, Tara O'Reilly, Sarah Hart and Bridget Hardy. And Geelong Grammar now lead almost by a full boat length.
And Tim, you get so much confidence from just winning again and again and again. And I think it would be hard to feel that these girls would have been too nervous about the outcome of today's racing, to have been so dominant at their own head of the river, the biggest race of the season, and then doing such a great job in their semi-final yesterday as well. I think they would have been pretty confident about their chances, and you can see that confidence really showing in their blade work and in their rowing here.
A good row too by the Methodist Ladies College in lane 2, and they're just nudging up there in a bid to get ahead of Loretto Turak for second place, but no doubt about the crew out in front at the moment. Now 1.5 boat lengths in first place, Loretto in second, and just on the inside of the course there, the Methodist Ladies College in third place.
And we can see a little push coming now from Loretto Normanhurst over in lane 7. They're in about 4th place right now. They were the head of the river champions, a great result for them to take that title earlier this year, only about 3 weeks ago, but really not being able to match it with the Victorian schools at the moment, who look so strong. Here, Geelong Grammar, they are just a class act out in front, really starting to dominate and move away. They just look so comfortable with what they're doing. I can assure you there's nothing comfortable about what they're feeling right now. Incredibly painful in the third 500 metres of the race. The lactic acid is pumping through these girls now. This is where it starts to get tough, and this is where races are won and lost in the third 500 metres.
So it's Geelong Grammar, their number 1 combination, out in front in lane 5. In second place, Loretto Turak, and challenging Loretto Normanhurst in lane 7, Methodist Ladies College in lane 2, also challenging for second and third. But look at this combination from Geelong Grammar in lane 5 in the middle of the course, just powering away with this race. And this is the schoolgirl Coxed 8, and this is for the Sydney Cup, and you can see their total domination. In second place at the moment, it is Loretto Turak, and just out of vision there momentarily was Loretto Normanhurst in lane 7, providing a little bit of a challenge. And also far side of the course, closest to the cyclists over there, we can see the Methodist Ladies College also going along nicely, but it's almost 2.5 boat lengths as they come through 1,500 metres. Geelong Grammar well out in front.
And they're absolutely racing out of their skin. The Methodist Ladies College currently in third place. They were beaten by St Catherine's yesterday in their semi-final, but doing a great job to be there, just half a length down on Loretto Turak. And moving solidly into 4th position is Loretto Normanhurst. It'll be interesting to see what they have in their last 500 metres, if they can get themselves up into the game to get on the podium. But at the moment, there is no question about the leader. It is Geelong Grammar number 1 crew, looking very, very strong. And these girls all maintaining their form every stroke down the course. They just look unwavering at this point.
And Sarah, they haven't really dropped their stroke rate. They've maintained this consistent stroke rating from start almost to the finish here, with about 350 metres to go.
Yeah, they just look like they're doing it easy. I mean, like I said before, there's nothing easy about what these girls are going through, but they're making it look easy, and that's the challenge in rowing, is to work incredibly hard, but for it to look effortless from outside the boat. And certainly these girls are doing it. They're making it look effortless. It's a fantastic display of women's 8 rowing, and I think bodes well for the future of women's sweep rowing and women's 8 rowing in this country.
It'd be great to keep them in the sport as we see Geelong Grammar with 150 metres to go, well out in front. And in second place, it is still Loretto Methodist Ladies College challenging on the inside of the course. Here comes the Methodist Ladies College with a real challenge towards Loretto for the possibility they might get into second place. Loretto holding on to second. Well out in front though, Geelong Grammar. This is a magnificent performance with a couple of strokes to go. They'll cross the line in first place in the schoolgirl Coxed 8. What a great effort. And as Sarah mentioned a moment ago, one of the best schoolgirl combinations we've seen for a long time. In second place, it will be Loretto Turak, and finishing just ahead there, the Methodist Ladies College in third place, ahead of Loretto Normanhurst. And so Geelong Grammar in the middle of the course have won the schoolgirl Coxed 8 with a dominant performance. In second place, Loretto Turak. In third, the Methodist Ladies College, and Loretto Normanhurst finishing in 4th place. What an effort there by Geelong Grammar.
Absolutely gutting for Loretto Normanhurst, the head of the River Champions of New South Wales, finishing 4th, just missing out on a very close 3rd place there. But it is an all-Victorian affair on the medal dais today, with gold, silver and bronze going to the 3 crews from Victoria. Geelong Grammar ever so dominant out in front there, Loretto Turak and Methodist Ladies College. And as we were saying earlier, Victoria, they've won 11 Queen's Cups in the Women's 8 event, and it looks like that domination be set to continue with 3 Victorian crews on the dais in the Schoolgirls 8 final.
So the schoolgirl Coxed 8 won in comprehensive fashion there by Geelong Grammar. Loretto Turak in second place, Methodist Ladies College. A terrific performance too by Canberra Girls Grammar, finishing in 5th place. Loretto Normanhurst in 4th, St Catherine's in 6th, Pymble Ladies College in 7th, and Geelong Grammar's number 2 combination finishing in 8th place. Well, Geelong Grammar dominating there in the schoolgirl 8s. And you can just see there just how far they won by in the end. And at one stage there in that race, about 150 metres in, they're being challenged by the Geelong Grammar second combination. And very shortly we'll have the schoolboy 8s. We can see there they're just preparing themselves down on the start line.
Yes, and we go back up to that dominant Geelong Grammar crew, and we can't take anything away from them. What a fantastic result from those girls.
All right, very shortly we have the schoolboys 8s, and there is great rivalry, won by Geelong Grammar, second place Loretto Turak, in 3rd Methodist Ladies College, Loretto Normanhurst finishing in 4th, and Canberra Girls Grammar in their first ever appearance in the final, finishing in a gallant 5th position. But Geelong Grammar have dominated through the entire regatta. They continued that domination there. So we're just seeing the presentation to the silver and bronze medalists, the Methodist Ladies College and Loretto Turak. And now the gold medals to Geelong Grammar. And aren't they happy? Even though they have dominated through the entire regatta, you can see there Kirsty Green, Tara O'Reilly, Sarah Hart, Bridget Hardy, Madison Brown, Isabel Cameron, Sasha Cully, Xenia Brooks and the Cox India Roth. Very happy, almost relieved, I think, that they've won this title here today.
Yes, look, they just look so confident from the get-go. A little bit of a scrappy start, but then they found their stride and they just absolutely dominated all the way down the course. A fantastic display of women's rowing.
All right, thank you, Sarah. And that is the presentation for the schoolgirl 8s. And here at the Sydney International Regatta Centre, rowing has a great history in war. And shortly we'll have an Anzac tribute for the 100th year. We have a special exhibition also about to go on the road.